you're not scared to see human remains. You're not even scared to handle it, right?
No, I'm not. No.
How do you think the funeral industry has evolved?
Especially rona bana ba ko magaeng. When you see a hearse, like as a child, you sit down and face the other way, because in its whole side.
Somewhere in Europe or in America, they have what they call death cafe, where before the funeral, people would come and have a party in your name.
Wow.
Before. So here we do it after, where we call it after tears, but obviously in other countries they call it death cafes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Most of the time, I see in the funeral industry, there's a disjunction between insurance companies and undertakers.
Insurance, it's not paying out on time.
The claims, they're not paying claims on time, and as a result, it causes a fight in between our clients and the undertakers. I don't know if you remember, at some point there's a family that took the body straight.
I'm not mentioning names. Yes, yeah, I've seen that.
Yes. Welcome to the Saku podcast, where we delve deep in the funeral undertaker's world. Join me as we embark on a journey through history, culture, and the human experience, guided by those who work and honor the departed and comfort the living. So settle in and let's shine on the wonders of the world of undertakers. Saku is a forum of undertakers in the southern African region. Saku means Southern African Chamber of Undertakers. Saku is an organization that works with undertakers in South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, all the countries in the SADC region. Can I introduce you to my guest, Ms. Kgomotso Mogorosi from Kgomotso Funeral Parlor. Welcome, my leader.
Thank you, leadership. Thank you for having me on your podcast. I understand this is the first of its kind, and I'm very honored to be your first guest. Thank you.
Thank you. Please introduce yourself to the viewers. Who are you? Where were you born? And how did you come to interact with the funeral industry?
My name is Kgomotso Mogorosi, as you've introduced me before, and I was born and bred in the rural area of Bophuthatswana, then now called Northwest. But I'm in operation in Gauteng. I came to Gauteng Maboneng, to make a living like any other from the rural and come into the city of gold. And later on, I embarked in the entrepreneurial journey and started the Cosmo funeral business. So, it's a male-dominated industry, and it's a taboo for a woman to be running that kind of business. And by then, I was only 29 years when I embarked into the business in Cosmo City.
As the owner of Cosmo Funeral, what is the most rewarding aspect?
You know what? tell you with the rewarding aspect part of it is I'm getting so much recognition as, man, it's not so normal for a woman to be running a funeral parlor. I mean, like, Sheva na ausiwa ditopo, ausiswa samoshari,
Yeah, no, you don't look like
Hello.
somebody who can
Hello.
handle a human remains.
No, but I do handle human remains. Obviously, when I started, I have to do the work myself, and I did the work myself. So, ke a kgona go tlhatswa mofu, ke a kgona go coffina, washing the body and preparing the body to the coffin. I can even lower the coffin into the grave. So, obviously, you need to get your hands dirty before you can let it go and pass the baton. So, yeah, the moments are great. It's a very great industry to be at, I can say.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it means that you're not scared to see human remains. You're not even scared to handle it, right?
No, I'm not.
Not at all.
No, no, I'm not. No.
How do you think the funeral industry has evolved?
Um, Look, in the olden days, remember, especially rona bana ba ko magaeng, when you see a hearse, like as a child, you will sit down and face the other way, because in its whole side, it was so scary that you can't even watch the hearse passing. But nowadays, I guess we are living in a different era and things are different. I mean, the hearse just passes like, hey, nothing happened. People are taking videos. So I guess we are moving with the 4IR and we are embracing it, which we need to embrace it. It's Katsama 2000 manje. So we adjust to the lifestyle, we adjust to how the world is evolving, and especially in the funeral industry. You see now, the funerals are no longer like before. We never used to see the after tears. But we know how we are funeralling. People, they bring the cooler box, they bring the camp chair. So when you go, you've got the whole day of the funeral. So it's more like a reason to party. I don't know. Yeah, I've always seen it on TV. The first time I was in a funeral, Kosoweto, then I saw this after tears. I was like, wow, I always see this on TV. I thought it's just an act. But when I saw it live, I was like, okay, so there's a lifestyle. Yeah, it's just becoming a lifestyle now. We see people, they go and buy attire to go to the funeral. Women, they go do makeup, they go do their hair, nice shoe, nice pair of bag. So it's just becoming a lifestyle now. And I don't think as well people are grieving the way they used to grieve. And so far, I think the people who loses the most and who are losing ba e leng gore they get hurt the most as the family and the close people. Yes, we do get hurt, but I guess it passes quickly than before, where you will used to mourn. I mean, my parents died 22 years ago, and I'm still mourning my mother till today. I'm still mourning my late dad till today. But in these days, you're like, okay, after the funeral, you see people, they just normal. Is this for real? So maybe that's how now the world is evolving around this funeral and the grieving surrounding.
Okay, I would say people are getting used to people passing away. We would say that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I think Gape, after COVID time, I mean, people, they have lost their loved ones, people, they've lost beneficiaries, people have lost, what you call it, the providers, they've lost breadwinners. So ga go sa tshwana le pele, like they accept and move on, you know. So we're just experiencing people having the so what, ushonile, so what, life must go on, so life is going on.
Yeah, I would maybe say maybe they are celebrating the deceased life, because somewhere in Europe or in America,
Yeah.
they have what they call death cafe, where before the funeral, people would come and have a party in your name.
Wow.
Before, so here we do it after,
Oh.
where we call it after tears, but obviously in other countries they call it death cafes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
So no, but like I think we have that. I've seen it. Mari, ke sa itse, a ke rona ra tshedisa.
Yes.
Like matshidiso.
Yes.
During the week.
Yes,
So
yes.
when they do it as a party, so
Yes,
we're not as huge in that, but after.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. No. So tell me now, what sets you apart from Rainy Day's funeral, for example?
Hey. Now, that question, I feel now, you know, I'm sitting in the front of the dragons. I'm looking for funding. Then it's like, for us to fund you, tell us what sets you apart.
Yeah, what sets you apart from the rest of us, not necessarily Rainy Days, but from the rest of the funeral practitioners in the country?
Wow. I'm unique in my own way, and for me, funeral, it's very personal, you know. So I've got a personal touch into it. I don't know what are the other people doing, but the unique part of it and being giving my services personal touch, it sets me apart. And other things that I do, for me, I'm at my own lane. I'm not competing with anyone. If I feel like this is what I need to do at the funeral or in my office or with my staff, and I do it, you know. So as long as it is okay for me and for the grieving family or my customers, then I'm happy.
Okay. As you know, as undertakers, we deal with grieving families. In most cases, they are very, very difficult. And we know the reason is they are hurt. So for them, touch is a move.
Yeah.
So how do you handle difficult customers?
Eish, kunzima. Jo, ke tla reng mara. Yes, they are difficult because you're dealing with people who are emotionally broken, but with over the years, I've gained the experience and the confidence, you know, how to handle the difficult customers. So as you grow in the industry that you are in, you perfect yourself. That's why, let me make an example. When you're an actor, when you start acting, you start as an you know, what you call it, the new actor, and then you grow. Then later they call you the legend.
Seasoned actor.
Yes. So now with me, I guess I'm the legend now. I know how to handle the bereaved family. So anyway, I just smile. Look at me. I just smile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what motivates you to keep on going on daily basis? Because we know the funeral industry, it's very tough. We're competing with big companies.
Yeah, true. What keeps me going? I will say again, it's my late parents. I'm not in competition with anyone, but to serve the purpose. For me, funeral, I think it came to me guided by my ancestral spirit. And
Kgomotso.
yes, and obviously, God has honored my steps into the industry. I did not have any experience when I got into the industry, and I've learned the industry as I go. Now, a decade into the funeral business, and what keeps me going is, I said before, Jorge, it's personal for me because the way my parents were buried, I was not happy. I sometimes when I do a funeral, it comes to me and say, oh, I feel like, why did my parents die then? Why didn't they die now? But it is what it is, and I don't want any other person to experience what I've been through the way my parents were buried. And I give it my all that I bury the deceased with dignity. So that keeps me going, that I'm always looking forward to make somebody happy. I know when I walk in the streets of Cosmo City, and they like, when they introduce me, even if I go to some joints, they're like, hi, ke, aus Kgomotso, aus Nhlanhla ko mochare. And I always get people so happy. Me, it's normal. Every after funeral, whether I'm there or not, I'm getting a gift. I'm getting a call. So I always get gifts, and I'm like, if I don't get a gift or a call immediately after the funeral, then something is wrong. Because I give my all, I give all the love, and I make sure that the deceased get the best sent off. And it keeps me going. Like on a daily basis, when there's a funeral, I get excited. Not I get excited that people died. Obviously, that's business side of it. But then I get excited that I'm going to give somebody the best send-off that my parents never had. And somebody's loved one is going to rest in peace, like they will rest in peace because of me and my doing and my work.
Okay. So tell me now, what is the misconception you've had about the funeral industry? Because I can count a billion, I know a lot. So what's the misconception you have about the funeral industry?
The misconception also, it's tribal, right? Let's say, for instance, when it comes to Zulus, I think it's also the other tribal, it's the Ndebeles from Zimbabwe. As a woman, you cannot touch the deceased, and you cannot drive the deceased, right? And now it gets, you get contradicted, but Baba, umsebenzi wami ngisemsebenzini, but I can't. So we need to bring a man to come and touch the deceased. So they don't take it to usemsebenzini, but they take it to umfazi ngeke abambe istumbu. Yebo?
Yeah. So meaning we have to respect the cultural aspects as well.
Yeah, we need to respect cultural aspects, especially even the Hindus that bury, it's only guys abaya emathuneni.
The Muslims, yes.
Yeah, the Muslims,
Yes.
the Muslims. So cultures are different, and also in the society we've got people, the misconception where we dig in the graves, like after burying with the casket. I sit there when somebody maybe pay a casket for 50,000, and you like, okay, hey, they'll put concrete, they put isamende, they put izenge. I was like, how? What is going on?
My lentils,
The lentil.
Yeah.
Wow, they even breaking that casket with the shovel.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, me, the first time I saw it, I was like, why are they doing this? Maybe I thought maybe Baba Basontaga Shembe, because I've seen the Shembes, they do something like that.
Yeah.
But now with the casket, and these people are not the Shembes, now what is going on now? It's like, Nina nkupa amabhokisi. How do we kupa amabhokisi? I mean, it's just a misconception. Guys, we can't. We don't kupa amabhokisi. We don't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe it has happened before.
I doubt.
Angazi.
Yeah, it's just a
I also doubt it's just a myth,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'd want someone who's gonna come and say, I've seen my beloved one in the grave, akhishiwe,
There's
and
no
here
one.
is the proof.
There's
But
no
there is
proof.
no one.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, here is the proof. I have it. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Then we will believe. But so far, I'm not Ankulumeli. I'm an undertaker. But give us proof. Ukuthi samampela we are grouping the graves.
Yeah,
You know.
and also to add to what you're saying, it also has been said that we kill people and we are happy when people die.
No. Guys, we don't kill people. Yes, I also get that. Ukuthi, Kgomotso, what is your prayer? Do you pray for people to die? I'm like, no. I pray to God that when people die, they must come to me for the service. I don't pray for people to die. But let's change the misconception of the public. When somebody die, we are not happy. Number one, it's personal. If my mother dies, I cannot be happy. So why would I be happy if your mom dies? So what we want as undertakers, we've got what we call a burial society, like your insurance, for the insurance part of it, which is what we are growing. So we are happy that you're still alive in order for you to pay the premiums on a monthly basis so that we've got a recurring income. So for us, it's not a once off. Because if I kill a person, then this person pays me for its once off payment. Then tomorrow what happens? So I'll kill the whole world. It doesn't work that way. But then I want people to live so that they can pay me their 100 rand every month forever, so that I've got the recurring income forever. So that's business side of it. I don't understand why do people think we are living with death. We are running business of the living, and when the living die, we bury them. You know?
You've said a mouthful, my leader. I want us now to talk funeral industry politics. Right?
Okay.
Before we go there, what can you advise somebody who wants to come in, or a new up-and-coming funeral parlor, before we go into politics of the funeral industry?
My advice, it's like any other business. There is no business that is easy. Yes, I came into the industry so young, and I've had my difficulties and challenges in the industry. It's not as easy as it looks, because what you see is the beautiful cars that we drive. It's the beautiful us, and all the setups at the graveside, but behind the scenes, it's not as easy. So I'd advise ukuthi, if somebody wants to come into the industry, do your research first. Ukuthi, what is the industry all about? What does it entail? You do your market analysis. That's why all the time somebody, when you go into business, will ask you, do you have a business plan? So you need to have a business plan so that you know if this is going to be a make it or a break it, So we are experiencing people, let's say, they retire, they take their retirement money, they're putting it, they're buying cars, they, setting up nice offices, mortuary. It's not about that. To build a brand, it takes time. So you get into the industry with your own pension money, the next thing, there is no client. Now you end up having stresses, the stress will cause you sugar, will cause you stroke, will cause you heart attack, will cause you high blood. So now you're no longer enjoying your money. So it's not as easy as it looks. That's all what I can say. But as well, when you get into the industry, get a mentor. Get a mentor that will show you this is how we do things, this is how we run the business, this is how we operate, this is how we look for clients, you know. Just don't go there because you see people dying. Yes, people are dying every day. But all these people, they're not coming to you. The market is it's now oversaturated. You know, we can say Soweto only's got almost 300 undertakers in one space of Soweto, as big as it is. Let's talk about Cosmo City. When Cosmo City started, Cosmo Funeral was the only funeral undertaker. Fast forward today, Cosmo City's got 12 undertakers 10 years later. You know, what's going to happen in 10 years' time? So the industry is just getting oversaturated, and obviously then that's Mogos practices, you know. But I mean, you're welcome to do any other business that you want to do, but firstly know what you're getting yourself into before you go into any business, be it funeral industry, be it hair salon, be it to be a taxi owner. Know what you're getting yourself into. Go in that, go and experience first before you can decide to go into the industry as a business person.
Okay.
But as well, when it comes to business, I would advise, let's be creative. You know, let's be creative. Let's not go into the same industry just because of, you see, Bhembe is doing an undertaker, is doing well. Kgomotso is in this industry, she's doing well. Be creative, like be an entrepreneur, be a visionary. What else can I create? You know, let's not go into the same industry. All of us, we all selling quotas, we all undertakers, we all taxi owners. Can we do something different? You know?
Yeah. To add to that, our industry is broad. So we don't have to be all undertakers.
True leadership.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Same in the funeral industry.
Yes.
Because others, they are service providers, providing cars, providing a whole lot of things the industry needs. I want us now to talk politics.
Woo.
Yeah, of the funeral industry.
Are we voting? Do you-
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Apparently, the country is going to vote 29 May. So we would encourage everybody to go out and register and vote for the party
funeral industry.
And vote for the party of their choice. I know you are a chairperson of United Task Team. Please explain to the viewers what is UTT, and maybe you can mention a few organizations, associations or forum that belongs to UTT.
Sure. UTT, it's a federation that is formed by the 16 or 18 funeral association plus 2 of the forums. So it's where all undertakers, we raise our concerns, and as the federation, we addressing the concerns, be it with the government, the municipality, and corporate. So it's where we are addressing our issues of the funeral industry.
Okay. So you say UTT is a federation for associations in the funeral industry and forums.
Yes, sir.
Good. In South Africa, we have 3 funeral federation. Why do we have 3?
I won't answer on that why we have 3, but my answer will be we are working very hard to unite the 3 federations to make it one. It's not an overnight practice, but we are getting there. We are getting there to make the industry one, because as a leader, this is what I am advocating for, to make the industry one so that we can speak in one voice. So hopefully we win the battle. It's not an easy one, but we shall win it at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, we need to win it, because as it is right now, the funeral industry is in tatters. We're pulling in three different directions.
Yeah.
As you know, we have three federations, so we definitely need to unite and make funeral industry as one. As UTT, do you have any plans maybe to professionalize the industry?
Together as federations, we have been working on that. And yes, we do have plans to formalize the industry and to regulate the industry, because I mean, any industry that any industry that is not regulated, it becomes a playground. So in order for the funeral industry to be as formal as we want it, it needs to be formalized and regulated. So we are definitely working on regulating the industry.
Okay. Most of the time, I see in the funeral industry, there's a disjuncture between insurance companies and undertakers. As a leader of the federation, what's your take on that? Because on daily basis, I hear stories from undertakers complaining of not getting what they deserve, or that was supposed to be given to them by insurance companies. So that makes it hard for them to conduct funerals for their clients. As a result, it makes undertakers fight with their clients.
Okay, let me understand your question. So the insurance, it's not paying out on time.
The claims, they're not paying claims on time, and as a result, it causes a fight in between our clients and the undertakers. I don't know if you remember, at some point there's a family that took the body straight to Old Mutual.
I'm not mentioning names.
Yes,
I've seen that.
Yes. No, they went to Old Mutual. It's a fact. They went. They were not happy, whatever the reason.
Yeah.
So as an industry leader, because I've seen and I've heard, also as a leader, I've heard complaints from funeral parlors complaining about insurance companies.
Okay. I think this is the issue where we'll need to, address it with our underwriters. I don't know what will the reason be, because I personally never had the quarrel with my underwriter. But another reason, maybe on the underwriter's side, which I can't speak for them, but maybe because they always talk about the claim ratio. There might be the reason why the claims are not getting paid in time. Sometimes it will be maybe the requested document are missing and the families are not submitting the papers on time, right? And I'm talking just from the experience, because I've got the insurance background. So you find that the insurance will request the ID of the deceased. The ID, it comes faded because It's a copy of a copy of a copy. It's faded, and you request, can we have a clear copy of an ID? And the family decide, or the beneficiary of the policy decide to ignore it. Then, obviously, if I'm working at a claims department, I cannot process the claim with the faded ID. It might be faded, I can't see it. But then on the other side is on families or on undertakers, as the people who are claiming, is insurances. I don't know why they're not paying claims on time.
Okay.
They just need to change, or if they are overwhelmed, let them hire staff that is really dedicated to funeral. I think that one will do if this person is, or the department that is really dedicated to the staff. Like, for example, to the funeral undertakers. For example, I make an example with Department of Home Affairs. When we go to our district or our branches in Home Affairs, there's someone who is designated for funeral. When you do death certificate, this is the counter that you use. You understand what I'm saying? So I think they just need to look at that as the insurance companies to say, this department, let them not maybe do the claims under general. Let the claim department be for client, and then you'll have yours as your client as funeral undertakers, because we're giving them so many clients. Our clients, we underwrite our clients, kobona. So obviously, if they give us that priority, not priority over general public, but priority as the undertaker having the department that is dealing with us directly.
Okay.
That will do.
Okay, no, I hear you. Somehow, I understand why insurance companies take long to pay sometimes, but most of the time you give them everything and they take forever, and that causes a problem. It's not fair that I'm asking you this question because you are not an insurance company, but we're talking about it because we want to make people aware outside there. The reason sometimes undertakers cannot conduct funerals for them on time, it's because of the insurance companies.
Let them take a punch. I'm not an insurance company. So, insurance companies, they take time to pay the claims to the undertakers, which we don't know why. This is the reason why I'm saying, if they've got a department that is delegated to funeral undertakers so that they can pay us on time, then we can give the service, because we need money from them in order for us to service our client, because we're taking the money from our client, then we pay the insurance company, hoping that when the clients lose their lives, we claim from the insurance and we can service our client. So what they're doing, unfortunately, then it makes us fight with our clients. And dealing with the fights of the bereaved family, it's not nice. It's crazy. It's crazy. They make us look incompetent.
Yes. I can say, and I promise the viewers that we're gonna bring an insurance company, Havana. Life is coming to this seat to tell us, but sometimes we have to be fair, because there's unscrupulous undertakers who put in false claims. So those are some of the people who causes problems for us.
Yeah, true. Because look, we can't all be perfect. And as women, we've got our errors. We've got women error. And unfortunately, sometimes you want to be perfect, but we are not perfect. So as undertakers, we can, the public, you can't expect us to be perfect. Sometimes we fail because we do get overwhelmed. Dealing with dead people, it cannot be as easy as working at Pick and Pay, you know. It cannot be as easy working with people's emotions. It's also emotionally draining to us, you know. Mentally, it's affecting us. And, you know, the misconception of we are taking drugs to deal with whatever that we see. We're not taking anything. So, obviously, we get affected mentally and emotionally at some stage. But, obviously, we cannot be perfect. So, as much as we are dealing with a bereaved family, bear with us. We are going through things, you know. Yeah. We are not taking any medication. We are not taking any drugs. We are not drinking alcohol, you know. Yeah. So we as we come,
okay, my
clear
leader.
mind.
Right. Here's another issue in the industry. There's a fight or there's power struggle in between or maybe I should say this first. Mogorosi is also a leader of an association called BBK. Right? I'm right.
Yes, you're correct, my leader.
What does BBK stand for?
It stands for Batubakopani Funeral Undertakers Association.
Okay. Yeah. There seems to be a power struggle in between forums and associations. Well, why is that?
Associations and forums.
Yes.
Okay. My understanding as the leader of the association is people are power hungry.
Okay.
And you find that people, they don't want to be led.
Okay.
So what I've experienced is somebody is a chairperson, let's say. Then obviously you run your term. After your term comes to an end, we need to elect new leadership. And because you used to be the leader, you cannot succumb to be led. And what you do, you go to the forum. Look, we've got the constitution as the association.
Yes.
When you get to forum, you are not guided by the constitution. We don't have the constitution at the forum. Mm-hmm. We don't have the constituency. So whoever can say whatever. Okay. And it's more like, okay, if I cannot be heard at my association, I know I'll be heard at a forum. So I'll be militant at the forum, I'll raise my voice at the forum, but you are failing to succumb to the leadership, the new leadership that you need to serve under. Then that's why, again, we're also experiencing the mushrooming of associations because people always want to be on top, wants to be the chairpersons and the secretaries of the association. So I think overall it's power hungry for what? I don't know, because I mean, if you are a leader of the association, you're not getting paid. If you are a leader of the forum, you are the leader in the forum, and you're not getting a salary. I'm the leader at the association. I'm also a leader at the federation. But at times, I go to meetings that I have to sponsor myself.
Yes, it is true.
Yes, we have to travel and sleep in hotels, and I have to sponsor from my own pocket. So if the association is not paying for me to go to the meetings of the federation, which is I'm needed as a leader, I need to be there. I need to make a plan and fund from Cosmo Funeral for me to attend to that. And we're not getting money. I don't understand why people are wanting to be in the leadership and forgetting that a leader is born, you know? And it doesn't matter what you have, what you don't have, but once you are a leader, to lead people will always elect you to lead them. Because I did not elect myself, I was elected by the people because they see the potential of me leading them, you know. So now if people want to leave, if we put you there as a chairperson, Mr. Bhembe, and we feel that you are not the person that we thought you are, because now you are changing as the president, then what do? We need to recall you. And once we recall you, we put someone else that we think will be suitable for the seat. Right? And what now? I don't know. That's why there's so imbalance between leadership and the general.
All right.
Hey, maybe if I feel
Yeah. So, why is it important for a funeral parlor to belong to an association?
It is important for the funeral parlor to belong to the association because you cannot be an island. You need to belong somewhere. And as much as emsebenzini, you've got colleagues. So when you're an entrepreneur, you're an undertaker, you need colleagues. So you need to belong. Because who is going to help you? Who is going to help you when you are stuck, let's say? And obviously, there's constitution. You need to run under the constitution. We are living in South Africa. Our country, it's got constitution. So mele sihambe ngomthetho, tshwantse re tsamaye ka molao. So when you are with the association, obviously there is a constitution that you are bound to follow the rules and regulation of the industry.
Okay. So you can hear undertakers.
And also, I mean, to speak with one voice, because how do you go to Department of Home Affairs and tell them, you don't want to write a test, but you want to be accredited in order for you to register a death certificate? You can't do it alone. But when you go as a group, as an association, then government listens, or the department will listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, my leader. I want you to promise me one thing.
Yes.
You're going to come back. Because I think the time we have is too little, because I have too many questions for you.
For me?
But
personally?
yeah, but due to time, I would love us to leave it here today. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. It's a pleasure having you here, and thank you also for being part of Saku. You were there from the beginning. You are there as we grow. So thank you very much, Miss Kgomotso, good people. Thank you. Yeah.